guys, this is Tarot with Kittens, Weights, and Tarot, and today I'm doing a VR to one of my fave channels, Christine and Celeste, and she created a spread called the 3 Parts of Self spread. She said this is a really deep spread to find the deck that is the most honest and the most deep, maybe even a shadow working deck to use for this spread so that you can get the most out of it, and you can do some journaling if you're into that, or you know, however you want to explore what you get from the cards. We're looking into the ego, the higher self, and the soul. And then there's some questions to ask for each one. So for the first part, we're asking the cards to show me, what does the ego look like, what does the higher self look like, and what does the spirit look like. So for this, I decided to use my Lumina Tarot because I feel like it really doesn't like mess around. The answers are pretty clear. You know, they cut right to the chase, and you know, and I don't think that they sugarcoat anything, you know, at least how I work with them, and it's probably just like part of my personality projecting onto this particular deck. But we'll go ahead and use this one. So the first card, and I'm just gonna pull the cards first and then we'll take a look at each one, but show me what my ego looks like. Ooh, my ego. And remember, ego isn't a bad thing. You know, ego is kind of there to protect us in a way. It's when our ego, or even, you know, ego, higher self, soul, you know, if any parts of us are out of balance, out of whack, you know, and one decides to run rampant, that's when things get quote unquote bad. But as a whole, I don't see the ego as bad. You know, we need ego. You know, it's just, we can't be dominated by our ego. Okay, so what does my ego look like? Okay, so I'm going to put that down. The next one is my higher self. What does my higher self look like? Okay, and then what does my spirit look like? Show me my spirit. What does my spirit look like? Okay, so I'm going to put these down and take a look. Okay, so the first one was show me my ego. What does my ego look like? And here we get the Knight of Pentacles. Very interesting. So, oh, I like the little bears and everything. So and bears I see as like, you know, money, monetary. So my ego, oftentimes, you know, if I'm going towards a pursuit or I want to do something, my ego is often in the, I don't know if we can do this because will we be able to, will it benefit us financially? Not so that I've become rich and famous or anything, but I'm seeing this as always worried about paying the bills, making sure that, you know, everything is paid, because I know that I tend to freak out if like if you want to see me spiral, it's when I can't afford to do something, not frivolous, like I can't afford to pay my mortgage, or I can't afford to pay my bills, or I can't afford to treat somebody to dinner or to get them a gift or something like that. If I feel like I'm lacking, you know, my ego is always in that, you know, let's make sure that we're always making enough. You know, if you're doing something, that it's not taking time away, or, you know, from a job that could be making money, to make sure that you're always supported, that you can always pay your bills. So I see that as, you know, it's good to have that, but sometimes I think my ego runs a little rampant with that sometimes. Okay, interesting. Then we have the higher self. What does my higher self look like? All right, and we got a major arcana card. We have the Wheel of Fortune, and I like the sun down here, and what looks like the moon up here, and all the phases. That's a beautiful card, by the way. It doesn't always come up very often for me, but okay. So what I'm seeing for my higher self, my higher self is, it doesn't always look the same. So my higher self moves with the transitions in my life, like as I evolve and as I grow as a person, as I learn new things, my higher self, I think, changes along with that. I think it also evolves and changes as well. So I see that with the Wheel of Fortune. So what does my higher self look like? It looks like it should for where I'm at in my life right now. That's pretty interesting. Okay, next we have, it was spirit. What does my spirit look like? Show me my spirit. Ooh, Queen of Cups. And I like the snake, the metamorphosis, you know, the shedding of skin. So I see my spirit as being very open and very raw, very just like open to everything, like all feelings, all information from the universe. So I have a very open spirit. So that's very interesting. So, you know, you have my ego here, my higher self, and my spirit. I'm digging this. We made an awesome spread. So now we ask the ego, the higher self, and the spirit, what do you want? What do you want? So, what do you want? Okay. Again, I'm going to pull the 3 cards. Ego, what do you want? Okay, ego. Higher self, what do you want? Spirit, what do you want? Okay. Okay, let's take a look at these. So ego, what do you want? Okay, so it looks like my ego is looking for more connection. I like that. I like that though. I like that, you know, as you saw, if you see my ego is very worried about keeping me supported financially all the time, so that, because it knows that I freak out. So it's always making sure that whatever I do is not going to put me in a two-way financial hole. So what does it want? I'm seeing the ego as wanting to be more than that, though. It wants to evolve past the financial, the materialism of this world, and wants to be more grounded and connected, you know. So yeah. And the star card, by the way, is it, yeah, card number 17. It could be one of my birth cards. I mean, if you add 1 and 7 together, it's 8, so I'd be the strength card, so I could be either one. So it's interesting that it's the star. Okay. So now higher self. What do you want? Higher selfie. What do you want? Ooh. 8 of Swords. And I saw this one earlier. I was like, I have a feeling it's going to pop up, but I didn't know where. Okay. So the higher self, I think we saw it before as being the Wheel of Fortune. So it like changes to where I'm at right now. What does it want? I think it wants me to let go of a lot of self-inflicted anxieties and mental trappings. That there's a lot that I feel I'm limited to, but I'm only limited because I'm limited in my mind. And so my higher self is like letting me know, like, hey, you're not actually limited. Like, a lot of this is upstairs. Okay. And my spirit. What do you want? Really? Okay. My spirit then went into the 9 of Swords. Okay. So then what my spirit was asking, and I think we were talking about what it looked like the Queen of Cups. And so what it wants is me to let go of fear. Let go of fear of the unknown. Because my spirit, being open to everything, you know, the infinite, you know, infinite possibilities and timelines, and knowing how, you know, all the possibilities of how things could happen for me, spirit is like, you need to let go of a lot of the what ifs and just go with it. Like, I think spirit's like, trust me on this. So this one's gonna be a hard one. Well, I think these would all be hard. Maybe just the 8 and 9 of Swords. I don't know. Okay, so oops. Here we go. Okay, so we had ego, higher self, spirit what they want. So now I ask all three, what actions or techniques must I take or do in order to achieve harmonious balance between the three, okay? So ego, I'm asking you, what do I need to do in order to create balance? Because obviously it's very centered in the material world. It wants to be connected. So it's like, how can we achieve this balance? And then we'll get to the higher self. Okay, so ego, how can I achieve balance with the other three? Okay, so we'll put this one here. Oops, do I have these upside down? I do. Okay, so higher self. Remember, the higher self is like, you're like freaking yourself out. Don't even do it. So how can I achieve more balance then? Okay, and then we have the spirit. Remember, the spirit's like, you need to let go of fear. So how can I achieve more balance? Okay, so now we have the three cards. So ego, how can I achieve more balance? Of course, and I like the very clever fox down there. So what I'm getting is, you know, in order to have more of a balance, if you just follow what your heart wants to do, you follow your passions, what you're good at, what you're drawn to, you're gonna have that financial passion balance. So I like that. I like it. That's kind of a reaffirmation to, it's reaffirming like what I'm doing now, because I am mostly following my heart, but I am following my heart. I'm following my passions, and this is like the year of me like doing everything that I have always wanted to do, but have been too scared. And so I'm nervous this whole year because this is like uncharted territory. So this is not like a nice reaffirmation of like, just keep doing this. Like you're headed in the right direction. Okay. So then higher self, what could I do to achieve balance? Because remember, we had that 8 of Swords of the, you're creating kind of some anxieties that don't really need to be there. So then we have the King of Pentacles. Interesting. So now we go back to Pentacles. Okay, so in order to achieve balance, the higher self is saying, you know, and not having all these worries about what ifs, is just ground yourself in your own body. Be here and be now, and then you won't have the anxiety of the future and the what ifs. All right. I dig it. I dig it. Okay, and then the spirit, what can I do to achieve more balance? Remember, it was like the let go of fear. My spirit sees itself as like, you know, the Queen of Cups. So in order to achieve balance, the High Priestess. Just keep seeking knowledge. Knowledge from, could be books, but it could be knowledge that you gain from source. So the more knowledge you have and the more understanding you have of things, the less fear you'll have about the outcomes or where you're going. I dig it. I dig it. Okay, so now I'm picking a card. What mission will benefit all three? My ego, my higher self, and my spirit. So what mission will benefit all three? Like, what task or path could I do to benefit all three? We get the 5 of Wands. So here, you know, you have these bucks possibly linking up horns or antlers. But often that's a part of, like, that's what they do. I mean, they're not always fighting. Sometimes they practice. You know, sometimes males will practice, you know, linking up antlers every now and then for the real deal. So in order to achieve harmony, balance, and something that will benefit my ego, my higher self, and my spirit, is to always practice. Like if I'm always, if I practice and prepare for whatever may come, you know, I will feel less anxious about not being ready. So, you know, if I get my shit in order and I get myself in gear and I'm just doing what I feel called to do, and I'm practicing and I'm learning as much as I can, like there's really nothing that will shake me. Yeah. Right, so Christine and Celeste, that was so much fun. I really liked it. And I encourage everyone to jump in on this as well. And I would remind you guys that I'm going to be part of that 24-hour tarot-thon put on by Simon of the Hermit's Cave. And I'm so excited. So I'm going to be at the 11:30 p.m. slot. British summertime, that's UK time, on July 29th, 2018, and that is translated to 3:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, or if you're on the East Coast, that's 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So hopefully I'll see you guys there. That's gonna be a lot of fun, and I'm gonna have a special guest. I have my Chica coming in from Belgium, so she's gonna be with me on that 24-hour tarot-thon, so I'm so excited. And if you guys dug this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to click subscribe, and don't forget to click that ding 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 notification bell for more videos just like this. And if you want to catch a reading with me, head over to www.kittensweightsandtarot.com and join that KWT tribe over on patreon.com/kittensweightsandtarot to help support me in my journey of creating my very first oracle deck and awesome, you know, get-togethers like I just did with my 5 Elements meetup, and you guys get to throw ideas out there, you know, for me so that I can, you know, grow and build this company with you guys, and you get freebies in the process, so that's totally awesome sauce. Anyway, I will catch you spiritual homies later. Peace, love, and chicken grease. Peace out!